One thing I've never told you guys is that back in university, one of our teachers asked us to create a vision board. And this was before everything went digital. So yeah, a literal collage. Cutting magazines, glue sticks, the whole thing. And my first reaction? This teacher definitely forgot to prep for class. And we're now doing arts and crafts. But I did it anyways because I'm a good student. A couple of years later, I went visiting my parents and opened an old drawer. And the vision board was there. And to my shock, I had achieved about 95% of everything that was on it. That was the moment when I realized that this random assignment, one I didn't even take seriously, ended up being one of the most impactful things I ever did. So in this video, I'm gonna teach you how to create your own vision board using Canva. But this vision board is going to be a digital one, a phone wallpaper, so you actually see it every day, which I believe is going to be even more powerful than creating a physical one and forgetting it in a closet. The first step for you to create your vision board is to find out the right dimensions. We're going to create with this tutorial a phone wallpaper. So we're going to go to Google and we're going to find the right dimensions for each of us, because I know many of us in here will have different mobile devices. So in my case, I do have an iPhone. So iPhone 12 Pro wallpaper dimensions. Perfect. And you will have your dimensions in here. And of course, if in your case you have a different iPhone, you will type iPhone 14, 15, I don't know which number it is now, but you will adapt this part of the prompt. Okay, so I can see here the dimensions, and let me see more, because I believe there is another size that will allow me to have this parallax effect. So I'm actually going to use these dimensions in here instead of this. So I'm gonna take this number, copy, and I'm going to Canva because we are going to create a custom size design. So let me open Canva, and from here you are going to click custom size. I'm going to paste the width in here and coming back for the height. Okay, so here's the height. I'm selecting the one that allows me to have the parallax effect. So let me go back, height, and remember that the units must be in pixels, and then hit create new design. And here's one hack to make your vision board actually work. You need to write specific goals before designing your board. And for this, I have created a free goal setting planner. This will help you write goals that actually excite you. So once you have your goals written down, you will come back here to Canva to design your board. You can find the link in the description to download your free goal setting planner. I have already done that work for myself, and now we are just going to create a cool vision board. And I'm going to show you a couple of tricks on how you can do it for yourself. Okay, so the first thing is that you are going to have, of course, your goals written down. You can keep them to the side, like for you to be able to make them into a visual, or you can also, like bring the idea in here. Maybe you don't want to write the whole goal, but just a couple of ideas. So in my case, I want to maintain my work-life balance. And in my case, I believe I can achieve that by being in contact with nature and also by keeping my yoga practice. Another goal that I have in my professional area will be to increase my income. So I'm gonna take note of that one. And I also want to speak French fluently. So I'm gonna take note of that. French fluently. And I'm just going to keep these 3 goals. You can of course have more than that. I have created the goal setting planner with 4 main goals. Some people, they like to have 4 so they can tackle 1 goal per quarter. You can have 3 goals, you can have more than that. In my case, I'm going to focus on this vision board in these 3 different areas. So I'm going to keep these ideas here on my design. I'm going to delete them at the end. I'm I'm gonna start by my work-life balance, and here I have an important keyword, nature. So I'm gonna go here to elements, and I also see myself discovering a little bit more Spain. So I'm gonna see if I type Spain, what comes in here. And actually, this one resonates a lot with me because it reminds me of some trips that I have done here in Spain, and you can see these beautiful landscapes. So yeah, like it's nature, but also discovering Spain, and this visual makes me really excited. I also want to maintain my yoga practice. So again, going here to elements, to the photos section, type yoga, and I'm bringing a couple of images here to my design. I'm trying to find a visual that reminds me to meditate. So maybe I can just type meditate or meditation. So let me just scroll down. For this exercise, I really want you to find images that makes you feel excited. So try not to choose the first one that comes here into the results if that doesn't feel right. So yeah, I'm just spending a couple of minutes here to find the right image. Typing meditation girl. Perfect. This one feels right. Okay, so I tried a couple of keywords. If you cannot find the right image, try different keywords. And if you definitely cannot find the image that makes you feel excited and that connects with you, I do suggest that you type a prompt in here in this box and then generate your own image with AI. And another idea that you can also use on your vision board instead of using the images in the library or generating images with AI is to upload your own images. In my case, I don't have pictures of myself meditating. I may have a couple of my pictures doing yoga, so I could use one of those. Actually, that's a great idea because that will help you visualize yourself more clearly. So in my case, I'm going to upload. You can upload your files by clicking on this button and then finding the right file on your computer. In my case, I know that I have uploaded a photo of myself recently, so I know that is in here, and I'm going to bring it to see if that fits with my vision board. So I'm just bringing a lot of images here to my design, and I'm going to work with them later, just trying to get them all here, and then we're going to try to find a way to make them all flow together and look nice together. Okay, so we all want to increase our income, so let's try to find some money. I'm going to type money here, and I want to use some photos. So let me see, what do we have in here? Maybe something like this. I can remove the background later, maybe. Perfect. And I also want to use some images related to work because, as you can see, I want to have a work-life balance. I think I have included only images of my personal life, but not so much about work. So I think I want to find images related to coworkers, like people working together, which is actually related to one of our upcoming projects, which is a membership designed for content creators. So let me know in the comments if that interests you, and if it does, let me know if you want to keep in the loop with this new membership. Okay, so let's see, coworkers. Perfect. And I also want to have something related to finances. Okay, I like this picture, but it's not exactly the one that I want. So let me see if there are more like this. No, exactly what I'm looking for. So let me go back. I think something more like this. So yeah, this one actually has a collection. Perfect. It's getting closer. I just want to find an image that reminds me to keep an eye on our bookkeeping. So this is pretty important to me. This is interesting, but I actually want to have some female hands. So let me do this again. Maybe bookkeeping. I'm gonna try this one. Okay, so the last one will be that I want to be fluent in French. So let's see if I type French, what do we find in here? If I don't find something that resonates with me, I think I'm just going to type the keyword French. Yeah, not exactly what I'm looking for. So yeah, that's okay. Now we are going to put everything together. And I also want to have an aspect of magic. So I'm going to find one last element, a gradient that I would like to use in the background of my design, because I'm going to remove the background on some of the images, maybe almost most of them. And I want to have a background that looks nice, right? So let me just try to find something in here. I think this one looks pretty cool. Yeah, let me just rotate it and right click, set image as background. Perfect. So what I'm going to do is to start organizing my images, increasing the size of them. Okay, so I think I'm going to remove this one because I wanted to have the female hands there. And then I want to have this big mountain in here. Now I'm going to take this image of money and I'm going to use the background remover, which by the way is a Canva Pro feature. And if you want to use it but you have a Canva free account, we have a 30-day free trial in the description of this video. Now I have my stack of money without a background and I'm going to position it somewhere here, make it bigger maybe. This one I'm also going to remove the background, make this money rain. Something like this. I want to make it visible, but also make it fun. You know, we want to make this design pretty fun, relatable somehow. And let me bring these images to the front and remove the background as well. Perfect. Let me bring my photo to see if it works. If not, I will change it for another one. I think I'm going to flip it maybe like so. If not, I'm just thinking that, let me see what else do we have in here. I think I'm hiding some images in the back. Yes, this photo here. I really wanted to see it. Remove background. And you can see that once you have your goals already written and they are set, then creating your vision board is pretty easy. You just need to find the visuals that resonate with you and put them all together. I think my image, I don't know, it's okay, but I feel these two images, they look nicer. They have a better lighting and I really enjoy that. So I'm going to keep them here. I think I just want to add a couple of things in here. Remember that I also want to speak French fluently. So I'm going to add a text box, going to text, add a text box, and I'm going to type French. So I remember that I want to be fluent in French. And now I'm going to use a pretty fun font, which is this one. I found it the other day. No, actually, I'm going to use Lava Pro Rough and I'm going to change the color to white so it's more visible. I'm going to put it somewhere here. And I think I'm also going to remove the background on this mountain image. So background remover. So I can bring this stack of money behind somewhere like this. So I'm playing with the idea of having, you know, like these mountains and then this stack of money behind, kind of like another mountain. And just for the fun of it, I'm going to add our logo here, somewhere here near to the money. And that's pretty much it. Remember that your vision board really needs to speak to you. It needs to make you feel excited. And every time that you look at it, you need to feel happy. So just take a look at it, see if there is something missing or if you can move around your elements to make it look nicer. I think I'm gonna do that with this element in here. So remember that when you are working on your vision board, you can use layers. So for example, I want this visual to go on top of these two photos, but when I bring it down, it gets lost. In this case, I'm going to select this element and then go to position. And you just need to bring this image above these two images. So you can see the two photos in here and the money image is on top. So now when I bring it down, it is on top of these two visuals. And I believe this little trick of having images with the background removed on top of other images is the one that makes your vision board more exciting. I think this brings this aspect of the visual or the vision board to be a collage, those that we used to do with magazines, but the cool thing is that you can have it as a phone wallpaper and see it every day. And let me show you one last tip to make your vision board even more exciting. Many years ago, I read a book that inspired me a lot, and I would like to have a little image of that book in my vision board. So what I'm going to do, it's pretty simple. So I'm going to Google really fast, and I'm going to type the name of the book. Okay, so this is the book, and let me go to images. We have a lot of images of the book, and I'm going to take one of these. So right click, copy image. Now I'm going back to Canva, Control V to paste the image. And now I'm going to apps. From here, go to mockups, and then we're going to search for book. Hit enter, select any of the books, the one that you like the most. You have it here. And I'm just going to simply drag the image of the book on top of the mockup. Wait a couple of seconds, and here you have your little mockup. I'm going to put it somewhere here. And then if there is another book that really inspires you or a book that you want to read, you can follow the same steps. And actually, I believe this book should go here next to the pile of money. Perfect. So once you're ready with your vision board, make sure that it feels really exciting. I could keep going with this design, but just for the sake of this tutorial, I'm going to show you how to download this vision board. You're going to go to share on top of the screen, click here, and then simply hit download. You can select PNG. This is actually the suggested one for me, so I'm going to leave it like that and hit download. Remember to download the goal setting planner I have created for you. It is completely free, and the link you can find it in the description or here on screen. Keep an eye on our social media accounts because we'll be soon launching a membership designed for content creators like you, so make sure to stay in the loop. We are honestly pretty excited about this project because we'll be sharing knowledge based on our own experience. Well, I think that's it for this video, and I really hope to see you in the next one. Bye!